I didn't know if I was gonna be successful or not. Like, nobody knows that. I don't want anyone to ever see my story and to think that it is impossible to lose weight. Hi guys, welcome back. It is me, Drew, and today's video that I have for you, I think my camera's off center. Hold on. Well, I don't really know. Honestly, today's style is gonna be a little bit different. I mean, I used to actually do videos like this all the time, but I kind of stopped doing them. I guess let me know if you want me to do more videos like this. I always feel like let me know. Like I'm gonna get enough time to follow through, but I really would like to know. So today's video I have for you, I'm really actually excited to talk about. This is my video telling you what my life is like 3 years after having weight loss surgery. So, first of all, if you're brand new to my YouTube channel, hi, welcome, I'm Drew. So actually most of the videos I do are more like unboxing, subscriptions, fun, a little bit goofier than this style, which will be a little bit more serious, but kind of just like a heart-to-heart about my life after having weight loss surgery. And funny enough, I know like that actually used to be the thing that kind of got my channel more popular is when I went through my weight loss journey. So whether you've been here a while, do or don't know, I'll kind of just give a little bit of a history of this video. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm going to just kind of talk. I don't really have like a set plan of things to talk about. So yes, I had weight loss surgery October 4th, 2016. So it's a few days after October 4th. Obviously, I've been a little busy, as everybody else is. Basically, my story is kind of interesting. I used to weigh over 400 pounds. Actually, my highest weight was like right at the 415 pound mark. I always struggled with my weight. I was heavy the majority of my life. I remember even being like a kid at like age 10 and I was kind of like the bigger girl, which, and you know, if you look at pictures of me when I was 10, it's not like I looked like gigantic, but to other 10-year-olds, I was a big girl. Also, side tangent really quickly, if you like what you're seeing today, go ahead, click that red subscribe button and join the Just Like Drew family and give me a thumbs up, or, you know, if you don't like it, I guess give me a thumbs down, as well as leave some feedback, loving feedback, hopefully, but I will welcome your feedback regardless. So back to my story. So the other thing is that I was always kind of heavier. When I got older, you know, I would work on my weight. Like I was a really good, like, let me start working on losing weight, not actually follow through with it person. And then things like really started to get out of control. Like honestly, from like almost my entire 20s, I think I was like over 300 pounds. And then I used to always tell myself like, okay, well, don't let yourself get like this big. But then I did. And then I'm like, okay, well, don't get this big. And then I obviously did. And the whole thing that kind of set my life into a more like chaotic spiral was when it was like the summer of 2015, I started going through some serious problems in my marriage, and problems that we were living in Minnesota at the time. We ended up moving back to Wisconsin to try and kind of work on them. And I pretty much within like a year and a few months put on like 80 pounds. And I didn't really realize that I had done that. I kind of was just like coasting. Like I didn't and the thing is, I say I didn't realize, and people are like, well, how would you not know you put on 80 pounds? Like I really didn't. I mean, I was already big, and I didn't realize how depressed I was, how much I was hurting, how much I was struggling in that time of my life to actually put my body through so much pain. And I'm not going to get too deeply into that side of things, because the reality is like I'm in a better place now. And I know people say that, but like you guys, like if you follow me for a while, you know I'm in a better place. And you guys have seen me through like going through divorce, single motherhood, getting remarried. Like I've been through a lot. So like the reality is like I don't need to focus on the things that caused me to gain weight and more focus on like where I'm at now. So in 2000, it was the summer of 2014 that my marriage started having issues. That's kind of slightly important. So then the summer of 2015, my health started having some serious issues. I ended up in the hospital one night. That's the night I actually found out I weighed over 400 pounds. And it was because I was having severe chest pain. Turns out I guess the short version, and it's kind of terrible, was that I was actually having a ectopic pregnancy miscarriage that was causing my gallbladder to like have problems, because there was so much pressure there that my gallbladder was causing me to have chest pain. And so I was in the hospital and I found out that I was losing a baby on the same breath that I was having one. So that was like a really rough experience also. And that was literally the thing that forced me to change. Like that was the thing where I was like, I'm in the hospital, and not only did I not know that I was pregnant, but I'm also finding out I'm having a miscarriage, and I'm like, I can't live my life that way. And like, so then I started inquiring about weight loss surgery, and I went to like a consult and went to like one of the seminars, and I'm like, okay, this is really intense. Like, this is something that is going to be like permanent life change. Like, I have to permanently change if I do this, and I might need this. But I actually didn't just automatically jump and go have weight loss surgery after that point. I took some time. I actually took, I think it was like, I want to say it was like 6 or more months before I decided to actually get into the surgery program. So I waited about 6 months, and I was like, I'm going to try one more time to see what I can do on my own. And I wasn't really having success. I wasn't really like pushing myself that hard. I did end up losing, I think it was like around like 29 pounds in like that 6 months time span, but I wasn't actually making serious change. So I decided, it was like, I think March of 2016, I was like, okay, I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to actually try this, and I'm going to do the hard thing. So I got into the weight loss surgery program. You know, they had me sit down with a nutritionist. It was a 6-month program where I had to actually change the way I was eating, learn about, you know, what I could and couldn't do after having weight loss surgery, and basically kind of like reprogram myself for 6 months. So I did. And I started living like right from the moment like I had my consult. I was like, I'm going to start living as if I've already had surgery. I'm going to push myself, because if I can't get my mind right now, then I'm never going to be able to be successful after. Because you hear the stories, like people who regain a lot of weight after even after having weight loss surgery, or like they tell you like there are ways to like, you know, force your body to like stretch your stomach back out, and people ending up in the hospital for overeating, and just like, they tell you the horror stories obviously for a reason. And I was like, I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that gets this amazing gift and opportunity and runs with it and lets it actually change and improve their quality of life. So in the 6 months leading up to getting my surgery and getting approved after going through that program, I lost like 90 pounds in 6 months naturally. It was really cool. I was counting calories. It was hard. Like, honestly, still, I'm like, I don't know how I did it. Like, I still think to myself, I don't actually know how I did it. Like, thank God that I did, but I really don't know how I did that. And I'm going to tell you something. They told me I didn't have to lose any weight in the program. All they said is I couldn't gain weight. And I was like, no, like, I'm going to actually live, because the reality is, like, I didn't want anyone, you know, I didn't know if I was gonna be successful or not. Like, nobody knows that. But I was like, if I am successful, in the off chance that I actually do this impossible thing and come back from 415 pounds, I don't want anyone to ever see my story and to think that it is impossible to lose weight without weight loss surgery, or that it's impossible to lose weight, you know, like, just that it's impossible. I want to show like all sides are possible. So after the 6 months was over, I made it through the program. I got approved. I got my surgery date, which was October 4th. And I had it done. I had the gastric sleeve, which is where they take 80% of your stomach, chop it off, toss it out. And a lot of people have asked me, like, why did you get weight loss surgery still when you successfully lost? Like, so reality is I lost that little bit of weight, you know, before actually getting into the program. And then I lost 90 pounds. So essentially I lost like 121 pounds before I had my weight loss surgery. And people are like, why? Why would you still get surgery? Because the reality is, I know that deep down, I have problems with food. I mean, nobody gets to be 415 pounds without a food addiction or food problems. And I knew that I needed to have something in place that was going to, on days where I want to make bad choices, force me to make the right one. I was like, I need that kind of like structure in my life. So I decided to go through with it and have surgery done. So I did. And, you know, recovery was interesting. I mean, like, it was hard at times, and at the same time, like, it was a good experience because I'd already worked so hard prior to having surgery on what to do that, like, the after wasn't as difficult when I had a smaller stomach. So one thing I'll talk about is regrets. I have absolutely zero regrets. Has it affected my life? Yeah, like, I can't drink anything carbonated. I still really don't. Like, even if it's something like, if someone gives me like champagne, like, I will drink like a tiny bit, and like, I literally will like hold it in my mouth until the bubbles subside and then swallow, because I can't drink carbonated stuff because it'll make me sick. I still really, for the most part, don't drink and eat at the same time. So one of the things they tell you before having surgery is like, you have to eat separately and drink separately because of the way that it affects your body and also make you feel sick. So I really still don't. I will actually feel sick if I do drink and eat at the same time. So I really try to avoid that at all costs. I still eat smaller portions. Something I do is I still try to make my meal stretch out. So I guess food wise, like I'm trying to eat still a more high protein diet. I will take like, you know, chicken breast and like some dried cranberries and blueberries and some cheese and pecans and like eat that. And the thing is, I'll make that last. Like I will eat that like at work, like at my desk, like I'll eat that for like an hour. Like I will make that take like an hour because I pack it a little bit fuller, but I stretch it out so that I feel fuller throughout the day. So my diet is more like that, trying to be a lot lower carb. Things that are improving now is, so like my hair, people ask about like hair a lot. So my hair is getting a lot better. Like my hair struggled, but part of that is I don't know if it was so much the dramatic weight loss as it was like I was actually bleaching my hair at the time. Like I was like platinum blonde. And my hair was like getting damaged because of like the hormonal changes and all that. So now I've been doing a lot of hair masks, taking really good care of my hair. As you can see, my hair is like finally growing in. I will say like the sides of my hair, so like these sides, they had thinned out significantly, and just in this last year they finally like come back in. Like I had to get like a major haircut before my wedding because like my hair was like clumping together like really awkwardly, and I was like not okay with it. As for like physical activity, I still go to the gym 4 days a week. I do like 2 HIIT classes a week. I do like a body pump combo class, and then I usually do 1 workout of my own. As for like weight maintaining, so for me, I will say I have had a little bit of regain. And I was like, I was struggling to talk about that. Not because I'm like feeling bad or embarrassed, but because I know that people are so quick to be like, see, she didn't do with it. But honestly, like the reality is, if you lose 264 pounds, like the reality of maintaining that, like your body's gonna fluctuate. So my body has fluctuated up and down between like an extra like 15 to 20 pounds over the last like few months. I have been really strict on myself. I will admit on the weekends, I kind of eat whatever I want. I still eat small portions, but I really don't monitor what I'm eating because that's kind of just my, I guess my cheat day time. But I'm even starting to like kind of bring that in more. I'm still really tough in the gym, and I am still working really hard to like eat well during the week, as well as I do think I've also put on some muscle. Like I have noticed like my butt has gotten bigger, but not like in a way where it looks like it has like fat on it, like actual muscle growth. So some of the weight gain I think is muscle growth, and some of it might just be weight gain. The reality is like I actually feel really good about my body right now. Like it's weird, like when I was so obsessively like working to lose, you know, all of this weight, I was like, oh my God, like I would always feel really uncomfortable with my body. But like the weird thing is like even though I've like fluctuated up a little bit here and there, I really feel good about myself. I feel really good about my body. I feel like I look really attractive. I feel like I look like I should look. And the thing is like I still weigh myself all the time. I'm still keeping track of it. So it's not like I'm just like not paying attention to my body. Like I'm making it a point to watch what I'm, you know, eating, to doing better, to working harder. And I think some of it might be because like I sit down a lot more at work, and I used to walk around a lot more. So like I kind of just like, even though I do a lot of intense activity, I probably need to increase like my steps more. But at the same time, like I still consider myself super successful. Like honestly, like I'm working still at this. I'm still at the gym. I haven't given up on that. I'm still eating like small portions and still eating like high protein, low carb diet, and really focusing a lot on changing things. I've actually given up like adding sugar to a lot of things. So like obviously I still eat like desserts and treats like that. Like you'll see, like I said, on the weekend on Snap, I'm honest, like yeah, if I see a cookie and I want to eat it, I'll split a cookie with Josh. But at the same time, like when I make coffee at home, I don't add sugar to it anymore, just cream. Or like I stopped adding salt to a lot of things because I used to, you know, compensate with salt a lot for flavoring. And I realized like sodium is really not that great for your body. So that's something that, you know, for me, I feel like after 3 years to only have fluctuated like within 15 to 20 pounds, I feel like is pretty good, and not like in a way where the thing is I'm still working hard. I'm still working to actually like, you know, if I can take this weight back off, obviously that's what I'm working to do. But at the same time, I don't look at myself and think like, oh, I'm backsliding. Like I don't think I'm going back or anything like that, because I'm still like busting my butt really hard at the gym and in my eating and staying super disciplined and keeping track of it. But at the same time, I'm keeping it real with you guys. Like I have fluctuated up a little bit in weight, but not anything that I feel like reflects badly on me or my journey. And I also want to share that because I think a lot of people wonder, after 3 years of having weight loss surgery, do people maintain? Like, how are they holding to their goals? And so that's just a reality. I know a lot of people struggle with regain after going through dramatic weight loss, whether with weight loss surgery or not. And I think that's something that we need to talk about more, and also talk about in a way that is not like people come down on you. Do you feel like you can't talk about it and be honest? Because I just want to be honest. I want to be real about my journey so it helps somebody else. Because if somebody's getting weight loss surgery or considering it, then they know like, hey, around that 3-year mark, you know, might put on a little bit more weight. I need to refocus and reconnect to my goals, which is something I do all the time. So overall, like I said, I don't have any regrets. I will say that I have had some issues in the last like year where I've had like some like gut issues where essentially I was in the hospital a few different times because I was having like different types of pain, stuff that was similar to gallbladder pain. I've been through a lot of different testing, and nothing has come back conclusively yet or not. And I've actually taken a break from it for a little bit because it was getting so exhausting having so many tests done all the time. But that basically one of the things they noticed was that my intestines were like really like struggling, essentially like, well, constipated, like super constipated, like to the point where I've had to go on like different medications to try and help alleviate that, because like my body, like my intestines like don't work as well as they used to. So that's something I have noticed, and that's something that I will say is, I say it's an effective having weight loss surgery because I didn't have that issue before. But something I struggle with is like having like consistent like bowel movements. I know it's not great to talk about, but at the same time that is like something that is like, I feel like a side effect of having weight loss surgery. I work really hard to take care of my skin. If you know me, you know that I do like face masks like every day, because something that people don't realize when you're going through dramatic weight loss, you have to care for your skin. You have to, as well as like your hair, because you will dramatically age because of the hormonal shift that your body goes through. And speaking of hormonal shifts, so I still struggle with that at times where my hormones kind of just like flip-flop, like, you know, like not even having like consistent like periods. Like I am on, you know, an IUD, and I've noticed that like I'll have like really random periods where it'll just like totally like shift schedule and all that. And I think that's still a reflective, like my body is still producing a lot of hormones and still changing a lot. So overall, I don't think I've had any like major like adverse issues with having weight loss surgery. I feel like like I said, I don't have any regrets, even with like the constipation issue, stuff like that. Like I feel like that is small change in the grand scheme of life. And honestly, like I'm still so very happy I did this. I also, if you really, this is your first video watching me, I did have skin removal surgery. That was May of last year. And that I will say like healing wise has gone really well. I do have some skin like under my breast that has like loosened up, which they did say would happen. So more than likely, if I wanted to have my tummy like touched up, I'd have to do like what's called a reverse lift, where they pull the skin here under my breast and like pull it upward and inward. And then, you know, probably have like my arms and legs skin removed at some point, but I'm kind of just like holding off because something I realized, like they had submitted to have me get my leg surgery done. I got denied. And I wasn't like super like sad about it. I realized like I either wanted to like get it over with, like get the leg surgery done, or I'm like, I need to take a break. Like I'm just tired. Like I've had like so much surgery and things done recently, not anything I regret, just like it's been a lot of like physical recovery and a lot of emotional recovery from so many years of like pain that like caused somebody to like gain all that weight, that I'm at a place where I'm like, I kind of just want to like exist for a little bit. So yeah, so I mean that's kind of it. I know this was all over the place. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want me to start checking in more about like my health journey, I guess my thing is I don't feel like so much has changed as much anymore, but I also think that maybe there's things that like people have questions about. Like I'm 3 years in, so I'm like thinking to myself like, I know this whole beat, but there might be videos that people want to know like, hey, like what about this stage of your weight loss journey, or what about this stage, and like I can go back and talk about those things, as well as like I have thought about doing videos talking about like what it really takes to care for your hair after dramatic weight loss, or caring for your skin after dramatic weight loss. So if you guys are interested in anything like that, let me know. I really am trying to do better with making more content. It's just that the transition with life, while it has been wonderful, it's just been a lot. So trying to balance that out and still be present as like a mom, working, a wife, and even have friends on top of like also like maintaining this. So So yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I actually have for you guys today. But if you want to see more photos of me, you can check me out on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Justlikedrew, spelled the same way as down below. It's supposed to be Snapchat. You're already on YouTube. I was like, why would I say YouTube? They're on YouTube. Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at Justlikedrew, spelled the same way it is down below. If you are part of the Justlikedrew crew and you're not already, click the red subscribe button down below this video and join our forever family, because we're literally the best crew around, because anybody and everybody can meet our crew. I love you guys so stinking much, and if you like this video and you want to see more from me, you know what to do. Justlikedrew, have an amazing day, have an amazing week, have an amazing life, and I will see you very soon because box week is coming. All right, talk to you. I love you. Goodbye. 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 I watched you do it.